Hi, library friends. I'm Stephanie Dray.
And I'm Laura Kamoie.
We are the New York Times bestselling co-authors of America's First Daughter, My Dear Hamilton, and now, just in time for the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, we are back with a founding mother, the story of Abigail Adams and her journey from young mother to ardent patriot to first lady to matriarch of a political dynasty.
Now, today, Abigail is most remembered for two things. First, being the wife of one president and the mother of another. And second, her famous admonishment to her husband to remember the ladies in drafting new laws for the country. But are you familiar with the rest of the warning that she gave her husband?
Here's what Abigail went on to say. She said, quote, "Do not put such unlimited powers in the hands of the husbands. Remember that all men would be tyrants if they could. If particular care and attention is not paid to the ladies, we are determined to foment a rebellion and will not hold ourselves bound by any laws in which we have no voice or representation."
Now, Abigail and John's marriage was a true love match and a great American love story. And as her words demonstrate, they were not afraid at all to debate the events and the ideas of the day. Theirs was a partnership born of respect and admiration, even as war and nation building often separated them for years at a time.
In those separations are where we find some of Abigail's most relatable traits. She was essentially a single mother for years. She was responsible for keeping her household afloat with a surprising amount of entrepreneurial spirit. She was a voice for her times that is still somehow astonishingly modern. She believed in women's equality, women's education, and she was firmly against slavery. She was willing to go toe-to-toe with some of the biggest figures of her time, including Thomas Jefferson. And in a time when it wasn't common, she made a will, and she left her wealth to the women around her in her life so that they could be independent too. Of the figures of the founding era, Abigail's voice really speaks to us most resonantly and directly about what it truly means to be an American.
Now, we know you'll be glad to hear that Abigail was herself a prolific reader of literature, poetry, history, and politics. She regularly availed herself of the family library to learn about those subjects about which women usually weren't taught. She would be so pleased to know about all of the libraries that have sprung up around the country that she helped found, and proud to know how many of the stewards of these libraries are women. This love of books was a trait that she and her husband passed down to their children. Once, when John was away and wanting to know what he should send as gifts, she told him, quote, "A book was the answer of them all."
Now, this timely novel is for your readers who are looking for inspiring stories about faith, family, and country, about portrayals of independent women, mature love stories about marriage that evolves over time. Also, for readers who are looking for historical context for our current political moment, and heartwarming and heart-rending portrayals of motherhood in all of its struggles and beauty.
In conclusion, A Founding Mother and Abigail Adams are the perfect story and the perfect protagonist to celebrate Mother's Day, the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, or just to read on your favorite beach or in your favorite comfy chair.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for all you do for books and for your communities. We hope you take courage and inspiration from Abigail's story. And we hope even more that we'll see some of you in our forthcoming events.
Bye.